This is real.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think Donald Trump is thinking about the consequences for the millions of women who will be living in medical deserts? Does anyone think he has the emotional maturity and foresight to come up with a plan to protect us? Y'all, we are teetering on the edge. Mm-hmm. So we could be right back to the days before Roe, which many young people here don't even remember. The days when abortion wasn't as safe as it is today. So to the men who love us, let me just try to paint a picture of what it will feel like if America, the wealthiest nation on earth, keeps revoking basic care from its women, and how it will affect every single woman in your life. Your girlfriend could be the one in legal jeopardy if she needs a pill from out of state or overseas, or if she has to travel across state lines because the local clinic closed up. Your wife or mother could be the ones at higher risk of dying from undiagnosed cervical cancer because they have no access to regular gynecological care. Your daughter could be the one too terrified to call the doctor if she's bleeding during an unexpected pregnancy. Your niece could be the one miscarrying in her bathtub after the hospital turned her away. And this will not just affect women, it will affect you and your sons. Mm-hmm. The devastating consequences of teen pregnancy won't just be borne by young girls, but also by the young men who are the fathers. They too will have their dreams of going to college. Their entire future is totally upended by an unwanted pregnancy. Mm-hmm. If you and your partner are expecting a child, you will be right by her side at the checkups, terrified if her blood pressure is too high, mm-hmm. or if there's an issue with the placenta, or if the ultrasound shows that the embryo was implanted in the wrong place, and the doctors aren't sure that they can intervene to keep the woman you love safe.
It's real, y'all.
If your wife is shivering and bleeding on the operating room table during a routine delivery gone bad, her pressure dropping as she loses more and more blood, or some unforeseen infection spreads and her doctors aren't sure if they can act, you will be the one praying that it's not too late.
Yes, you will.
You will be the one pleading for somebody, anybody, to do something. And then there is the tragic but very real possibility that in the worst case scenario, you just might be the one holding flowers at the funeral. You might be the one left to raise your children alone. See, these are just some of the ways women die during childbirth. And I don't want to be a downer, y'all. But in many cases, there is no warning.
It's true.
And things go bad very quickly.
It's true.
And when it happens, every second of hesitation or delay can lead to devastating outcomes. So I am asking y'all from the core of my being to take our lives seriously. The only people who have standing to make these decisions are women with the advice of their doctors. Mm-hmm. We are the ones with the knowledge and experience to know what we need. So please, do not hand our fates over to the likes of Trump, who knows nothing about us.
So, listen, friends, I usually don't post political type stuff, but I was so moved by this speech by Michelle Obama, really bringing to light the true challenges of reproductive health and the severity of maternal mortality in our country right now and what's at stake with this election. A lot of people think it's just about abortion, rights, or access, and it's so much bigger than that. As you see, abortion is just where this started. Once abortion came into questions and restrictions started being put there, then questions came up about IVF and if we should allow that. Now there's conversation around contraception and contraceptive access. Please do not be fooled. If they mess with one area of reproductive rights, every area will feel it. There are women who have beautiful children, children who are grown adults today, who were a miracle product of IVF. There are women who are alive, such as myself, because doctors could intervene for an ectopic pregnancy in order to save my life. These reproductive restrictions that are at risk in this election, if we don't get out and vote and choose a candidate who is for us, who is for reproductive rights, who is for and a champion of maternal health and committed to reversing the devastating impacts of maternal mortality and morbidity, who's willing to put policies in place to help protect women and girls and mothers. Check your history, guys. The days before Roe v. Wade were really scary. And at this point, we have even more at risk than that. The truth is that the infant mortality rate has already gone up since Roe v. Wade has been turned over. The maternal mortality rate has already seen mothers dying and impacted from doctors being not willing or able to intervene or not sure if they can. Women who are having to, as our former First Lady said, cross state lines and travel miles to access care that they should be able to access at home. Shortages of OB/GYN providers to deliver babies safely, to provide women's health and reproductive health, because providers are afraid, right, of being sued, of being taken legal action against, right, and having to go to jail or getting their licenses taken away because they took the action that they felt was needed in order to save a woman's life. At the end of the day, hear me clearly. These decisions must remain between a woman and her doctor. No one, no politician, no law should be able to define what our healthcare looks for us. We are so unique as individuals and as people, and what we need and present with varies from person to person. We can't make blanket laws and statements to apply to all women. So I'm asking you, as Michelle did, please value our bodies, value our lives, value healthcare for women. This is a men's issue. This is a women's issue. This is a humanity issue. Vote to support women's healthcare. Vote to support reproductive rights. Vote to support the care of mothers.